Hello Libra, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your mid-October tarot reading, and your energy for mid-October is the Ten of Wands. Duty, obligation, responsibility. It might be the end of a cycle. Well, tens are always the end of a cycle of something that has just gotten to the point where it's a little bit unbearable and backbreaking, and you might want to start asking people for help rather than doing everything on your own. And I'm a Libra too, so we're in this together. All right, what does Libra need to know for mid-October? Please and thank you. Wow. All right, we have got three of the cards are trump cards or major arcana cards. So it is overall a pretty intense mid-October, and you might want to also check out some of the astrology because it's really interesting right now. But tarot is my forte. So in the past, leading into this energy, we've got the Page of Swords. So I feel that for most of us, it will be looking at something with a fresh new perspective, and maybe even with a little bit of childlike innocence. Or it could even be recognizing that there are certain aspects in our life that we really don't know that much about. You know, what was it? Wise men say that know how little they know, and a fool thinks that they know a lot, or something like that, right? Well, we are realizing how little we know and how much we need to learn about a particular aspect of our life, and but we've got eagerness and willingness to move forward. You know, we don't know everything. No one knows everything, but you'll learn a lot more when you realize how little we know. So we're also coming up as the Queen of Pentacles, so strong, grounded earth energy, someone who is quite generous. And I feel that probably if you're doing anything like what I'm doing, trying to get more grounded by being in nature, physical exercise, making sure that our physical needs are met, eating properly, drinking enough water, all of those things. And this can also be, connection with people, whatever it is that makes you feel more grounded. That is the energy that you are going to be in, just in reality. And what we need to know about is the Hanged Man. So I'm getting unfinished business. Wow, I'm getting things held in suspension. We've been forced to have a particular aspect of our lives put on hold. And for many of us, that could be travel, because the inner energy in between is the world. But it can also be like, this would also line up with the Ten of Wands. It's like we're at the last stretch of a cycle that needs to be ended, but it's like that last stretch is just being put in suspension. However, and maybe some of us might be getting frustrated that it's taking so long, but kind of making this last a little bit longer, being forced to wait, being forced to look at things from a different perspective, will allow us to learn a lot more, especially patience, because our outcome is temperance. And so, being patient, allowing things to happen with divine timing. So that means not rushing things, just making sure that we are energetically grounded. I do feel that in the future there is going to be, and it's all going to be because of this energy, it's going to be because we've got a new perspective and we are finishing this cycle. It's just the finishing of it might feel like it's taking a lot longer than necessary. But there is going to be a young male energy. Doesn't mean that they're younger than you, but and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's male, but there is a youthful masculine energy that will be coming into your life in the near future, and they have a bit of an innocence about them, and that's kind of good because you've got Page of Swords energy, so it's kind of like different perspectives, but both having that openness. And I also feel that you will be a little bit more open to love, to emotion, to letting your guard down in the future, in time. Now, the thing is, you might feel that a particular situation in your life, it could be work, it could be love, it could be, yes, the lack of the ability to travel and things like that. But having this time out is actually creating the foundation for more growth and more prosperity. So rushing it is not won't help, and it's not going to happen anyways, because energetically it's just not happening like that. Literally just being patient, getting in touch with your intuition and your emotions, feeling things out, trying new things with this new perspective, being a little bit open, being a little bit playful and romantic and flirty. And yeah, I think that's what's really going to help in the future with the situation. But right now you're stuck where you are. So just, I would honestly focus on accepting where you are right now. A radical self-love, radical self-acceptance. I'm here right now. Accept that situation. It is what it is. And rather than trying to reject it, trying to change it, trying to force it. Because accepting this position where you are right now is actually going to create fertile ground for more growth and positivity in the future. So let's get some clarification cards about what does Libra need to know for mid-October, please and thank you. Damn. Wow. All right. So I feel as though in the past you've had a bit of a new perspective, and it might be a new perspective also about your intuition, listening to your intuition, or just something about going with the flow with inspiration. You might be looking at it in a new way. You definitely are stuck from traveling right now, because we've got the world clarified by the Chariot. So I'd say most of you are stuck from that. But if it's not literal travel, you're stuck from moving forward with a particular project or something that needs to be finished, something that needs to be wrapped up. It's kind of like it's on standstill. There are actually reasons for it that you don't know about, and you may not know ever, but just understand that it's really important that things are standing still in this particular aspect of your life. And I know it's definitely been stressful, but you're being asked to have a little bit more of an open mind that, hey, maybe this feeling of stuckness, maybe this everything being at standstill is actually happening for a reason. Maybe it's because it's in your best interest. Maybe the universe, God, source, actually cares about you so much they know that this can't be rushed, so they're making you wait. It's like people who missed the Titanic. They were probably beating themselves up and wondering, why me? Why do things like this always happen to me? And then further down the line, they're like, okay, I'm actually lucky. So you will see with a new perspective, the silver linings, that it's actually really important that this was stalled. I think you may or may not find out the reason why in the future, but there are some really important reasons as to why this is being stalled. This could be like love life, friendship, a particular project, work, physically moving, things like that. Be happy you're not moving. And I feel as though in the future you're going to have a lot more balance with some, especially in regards to, and you'll be coming back into balance due to something that was extremely disruptive, something that completely shook up your reality. And the Tower card can be really frightening and painful, and it can feel very destructive as well, but it destroys the parts of you and the things in your life that genuinely had a shaky foundation, that were 100% going to fall apart at some point, and you just didn't see it at the time because you're so focused on the goal that you're actually forgetting, like, what was the whole point of this in the first place. For example, some of you may have been wanting to start a relationship or a connection or level up with a particular connection or something like that in work, but then you're actually, and maybe that didn't work out, okay, at all. Maybe it completely fell apart, but what was the whole reason why you wanted this in the first place? Do you really think this person or the situation or this job would have completely satisfied your needs and what you need? Like, go back to what you originally wanted, because I feel if you really, really reflect on the situation, reflect on things before they fell apart. Like, were there certain things you were ignoring, brushing over? Did you really have a completely positive energy about this? Because I feel as though you were being blocked from something that really wasn't a good situation for you, but there were certain secrets and certain hidden things and shadow aspects that it's just going to maybe take time for you to see, and then you'll realize, wow, the universe actually did a huge favor for you, keeping you out of that situation. I feel as though there would have been a little bit more drama than you realized, and people not necessarily, or a person or an organization really not being that supportive of you. And again, I'm getting lies by omission. So, you know, it's lying by omission, by not saying the things that you know that need to be said, and I'm talking about like the other person's situation, are still lies. And I think that the lies would have been around the amount of growth. So if this was about a job, they may have exaggerated the amount of money that you could be making, or the way that you could be working yourself up the ladder. If it was a relationship, they may not have mentioned that they're actually really not into commitment, or really don't want certain things that are deal breakers for you. Yeah. So you're wondering why things weren't going in the way that you were hoping and thought that they would go. That's because they wouldn't have gone in the way that you thought, because very significant pieces of information were being held back from you. I do feel that like in the future though, someone will be coming into your life, and I also feel that you will be a lot more the hero of your own story. You're not necessarily, you've got kind of a new perspective where you're like, you know what, I'm going to make it happen. You're going to be manifesting a lot more, just not just energetically, but because right now you need to reset energetically and just kind of accept things the way that they are. But in the future, I see you being a lot more action oriented with a positive attitude, and kind of going for what you want, being a lot more focused on your heart's desires. So that's fantastic. Okay, what was this thing that fell apart? I need one more clarification card on this. Okay, so I feel as though what fell apart was something about like, okay, well the reason why it fell apart is because you maintained your integrity. You spoke the truth. You said exactly what you wanted, and so I feel like that's why this other person or situation or organization, it just didn't match up anymore, because they weren't telling you like, oh, that actually doesn't suit me, or that's not what I'm looking for. Like, they didn't really tell you those things. Like, you were being honest and forthright, and they weren't. I think they were just going along with, yeah, exactly what you say. Yes, I want the same things as you. Or not even saying that, just kind of omitting their disagreement with what you want. So it didn't resonate with you because you were maintaining your integrity and keeping the high ground and standing up for what you believe in. Also, I feel as though, you need more. Like, you need more, and you have enough that, like, you need more than what you have. And I feel like this would have been less than what you already have. It's like you would have been set to lean when it comes to work, or if it was a relationship or something like that. Okay, is this more about love, or is this about Libra? Wow. I do feel though you will kind of, it's weird, you're going to be like withdrawing and studying a little bit about how you approach things with your mind and your heart, and see if you can get in line with them. And you're going to be tapping into a lot of ancient wisdom. And okay, what were these lies about? What's the moon? Wow. Look, whatever this person or situation was, they promised you the world, or they promised for all of your needs and love and everything to be satisfied, that you would be fulfilled. They told you all of the right things, and it wasn't true. It was just sunshine and rainbows and a pocket full of daisies. They were just saying what you wanted to hear. Why? Can you tell him, Libra? Fuck. I hope you didn't hear that. Issues with their mother. They might have some sort of, or, okay, if this is related to work, it's about a particular female in the workplace who is above, okay? And she might have been a little bit spiteful. 2, if this is about a particular relationship, friendship, lover, anything like that, they may have some sort of trauma bond with their mother, or it's just some sort of thing with their mother, and I think they understand women or feminine energy. And Okay, let me see. One more question. I kind of want to know. Actually, let's just go straight to some advice cards. All right. What advice does Libra need to know for mid-October, please and thank you? Wow. Holy moly. Definitely the end of the cycle, because remember, our energy was the 10 of Wands, and we've got 2 more 10s for advice cards. So the first advice card that came out, we have got the Lovers. Look, love is in your future. It is in your future. This card is showing up because you are lined up for it. You need to listen and you need to believe me. When you have a balance within, and I'm getting the tingly, so this is very true, you absolutely 100% deserve love. And because you desire it, it is lined up for you. You cannot desire something that will not happen, okay? It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And I feel that you will have that true pure love within 2 years. Minimum is what I'm getting, or maximum. But for most people around 2 years. And I mean, it's when that real connection, and it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you're going to meet them in 2 years. It's like that real connection, that real bonding, that real commitment, that real recognition of one soul recognizing another and deciding to be together forever. I would say at least 2 years. And if you are in a relationship, it might take around that time, but then it might be 2 months for those of you that are in a relationship. It really depends. Just whatever resonates with you mostly. Remember, these are general readings. Yeah, so that could also, if you're in a relationship, could mean leveling up. And then if this was resonating with you more for work, I feel that you'll have real job security in about 2 years. Okay. Second advice card, the Hermit. You really do need to take some time for yourself. You really need to remember who you are, what you believe in, what is your truth, your values. I would take a break from social media. I would take a break from all of those people that love to give you so much advice, even though they mostly likely do it because they love you. Not everyone's like that though, but any external influences, I would really just drop it. And you really might want to start meditating a little bit more just to get into that quiet space. Really have that alone time, and you'll tap into that old soul energy. And remember why you came down here in the first place and what you need to do. Just get rid of that clutter in your mind, in your heart. Third advice card. Okay, the one after is better, all right. The Ten of Swords. This is the end. This is the final big blow. That's it. It's stressful as hell, but I also feel that it's like you've submitted, you've given up. You're like, you know what? But it's like, it's giving up in a good way. It's like, I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done with this pattern. I'm done with this stress. And just completely submitting to the universe and saying, okay, you've done everything. I've lost everything. I've had so much stress. I've been through so much pain. I've been hurt so much. Fine. That's it. I've got nothing left to lose. I will just accept things the way that they are, and that's it. You do want to get out. Remember the swords, I know that they can look scary sometimes, but they represent the mind. It's good that you've given up, but you don't want to stay in this low energy. You might also want to Google image the emotional spiral and like look at the emotions that like print it out or have it as your background on your phone or something like that. And just look at whatever emotion you are at and then see what's the next one up, the next one up, the next one up, because this is a low vibrational energy. But like at the end of the day, don't beat yourself up for feeling so down and feeling that you've been betrayed and hurt, because you know what? You have been. And this is not fair. It is not right to do something like this to someone, and especially like definitely not you. It's horrible. But it's your choice if you want to wallow in your misery. It's your choice to remain in this energy. Easier said than done, but at some point you've got to pick yourself up and dust yourself off. Final advice card. The Ten of Pentacles. The security, the love, the solid commitment, connection, community, in work, in family, in life, in love. It is coming. you are lined up with it. Everything that you want. You're not only going to have the committed relationship that you so desire, okay? And for those of you, again, if you are in a relationship, this is the commitment that you truly desire. Intimacy, to be seen, to be heard, to really see into one another, and to love one another, and to stay connected with one another as a choice every single day. You will have that with a partner. And you also will have the commitment. You will have enough money. You will have enough land. You will have community connections. You will have a full support network. Not this pocket full of dreams that this other person was trying to sell you. Not at all. You deserve so much better. And the universe, God, Source knows that, which is why they removed that situation from you. It wasn't what it seemed. And you will see that in time. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That's in the description box below. You can also follow me on social media. Thank you so much to all of my wonderful subscribers and to those of you who've liked, shared, commented. If this reading has resonated with you, I really appreciate your support so much, and it does mean a lot. And if you're still here, you get a secret bonus card. This is for me too. 6 of Cups. If someone from your past might come, you really need to be careful about looking at this person or situation through rose-colored glasses. Sometimes with nostalgia, we will only see the good and easily forget the negative. We remember the way that they made us feel, but these feelings might come from home. You might want to look up different attachment styles and trauma bonding, because this person that you had a connection with, whether it was work or love or friendship, does it mimic something from your childhood with a parent, a particular pattern? Look into it. And please take care of yourself this month, Sierra.